first, of course, we had the Rwanda plan, then Keir Starmer came steamrolling through with his Security Border Force Command, which has done kind of sweet FA in my opinion, and now it appears they're doing something else. Maybe, just maybe, this is a test, and if it's popular, or actually kind of works, which let's face it would be a rarity, wouldn't it, then they'll actually roll it out to, who knows, the rest of the people. So what am I going on about then? Well, if anything, it does appear that they might be starting to think along the lines of the Tony Abbott Australia way of doing things. But just what is that? Well, for all those who don't know, when Australia had a similar problem to us, apparently their Prime Minister at the time, Tony Abbott, announced that anyone who comes here illegally via this method will no longer be granted asylum. And that surely frightened them more than what my girlfriend's cooking does me, because apparently their illegal immigration problem kind of dried up. But so what is going on in our government copying that? Are they finally grown the huge cojones needed to do such a thing? Well, not properly. But there is a teeny-weeny glimmer of hope, and I say that because according to this article it says that child migrants will be returned to France to stop the precedent. So let me get this straight. They'll do it with kids, but they won't do it for the rest of the people who come over here illegally from the safe country of France. Could they be doing this as some sort of test? Well, it says that 2 young children who were sent across the channel alone by their parents are to be returned to France in the first deal of its kind since Brexit. And the children, apparently they're aged 6 and 9, will be reunited with their Kurdish Turk parents in an agreement apparently made between Yvette Cooper, the Home Secretary, and her French counterpart, aimed at deterring people as smugglers from putting lone children in small boats. Well, you know, it kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it, if that will also apply to, I don't know, the 10 or 12-year-old children with full beards, moustaches and a bit of grey hair that after doing a bit of school find out that actually, hang on, they're not children. Well, who would have thought it, eh? The thing is though, admittedly, yes, those children should have never been put in that boat by their parents. I mean, let's face it, anything could have happened to them. Whether they fell into the ocean or, let's face it, unfortunately, who knows, a couple of other people in that boat might, might not treat them too nicely, shall we say, or other things like that. But either way, if the Home Secretary, Yvette Cooper, is now coming round to the idea of sending people back to the safe country of France to surely stamp out children come over here illegally in the first place, then why can't it be rolled out to the rest of the people who come over here illegally from the safe country of France? Because let's face it, if you want to come here, then all you've got to do is get the amount of points needed, fill in the forms and pass the checks. I mean, what's wrong with that? I guess the problem is quite a lot of these people want to take the shortcut route and then, I don't know, moan about the 4 or 5-star hotels they put up in, eh? The children's parents, though, had gone to court to claim asylum in the UK, arguing the Home Office's refusal to allow them to come to Britain to be reunited with them was a breach of their Article 8 rights of family life under the European Convention of Human Rights, of course, the ECHR, which, let's face it, we should no longer be in my opinion. And yes, I know, before anyone says Winston Churchill set it up or helped set it up, that was at a time which, let's face it, is about, 70 or 80 years ago, and many things have changed since then, haven't they, eh? And unfortunately, it does seem it's been taken a bit of advantage of, shall we say. But now, the judge in the High Court Family Division has backed a deal to reunite the children with their parents, but in France. And the agreement between Miss Cooper, Bruno Ratilliou, if I pronounced that right, the French Interior Minister, the Kent County Council, and who is caring for the children, follows the Home Office warning that allowing the couple to join their children in the UK would set a dangerous precedent and encourage people smuggling gangs to split up families. And it would do, wouldn't it? In my opinion anyway, because we'd see more and more boatloads of children and more than likely would be inundated with loads of requests saying, can I come because my child's there now? So I think it's a good thing that those children were returned to their parents. However, I see now no reason why she can't follow the precedent that she sent by kind of saying, if you come over illegally from the safe country of France, then you will go back to France. And that, hopefully, is what Nigel Farage and Reform will also see and pick up on. And the sooner they do that, the better, because let's face it, unfortunately, this illegal immigration problem is only getting worse. And of course, in the middle of a cost of living crisis, is the last thing we want, isn't it, eh?